Good afternoon. This is Timothy Von Krog, member of Calvary Baptist Church, and this is my son Andy Richardson, who
How you
also
doing?
goes to Calvary Baptist Church. Today, Andy's going to be doing a video on dinosaurs in the Bible, and it's all you.
All right. According to the Bible, did dinosaurs ever exist? The topic of dinosaurs in the Bible is part of a larger debate ongoing in the Christian community over the actual age of the earth. The proper interpretation of Genesis and how to interpret the physical evidence we find all around us. Those who believe in an older age of the earth tend to agree that the Bible does not mention dinosaurs because, according to the old earth diagram, dinosaurs died out millions of years before the first man ever walked the earth. So the men who wrote the Bible could not have seen living dinosaurs. Those who believe in a younger age for the earth tend to agree that the Bible does mention dinosaurs through it, never actually uses the word dinosaur. Instead, it uses the Hebrew word canyon, which is translated a few different ways in our English Bibles. Sometimes it's sea monster, and sometimes it's serpent. It is most commonly translated dragon in the King James Version. The Tanyan appears to have been some sort of giant reptile. These creatures are mentioned nearly 30 times in the Old Testament and were found both on land and in water. Here are some examples. Psalm 74:13. Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters. Isaiah 27:1. Shall in that day the Lord with his sore and great strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Jeremiah 14:6. And the wild asses did stand in the high places. They snuffed up the wild wind like dragons. Their eyes did fail because there was no grass. Another word, Leviathan, translated Leviathan, is used 6 times in Scripture and refers to some type of large, fierce sea creature. Here are some examples. Job 41:1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Psalm 104:26. There go the ships. There is that Leviathan whom thou hast made to play therein. The description of Leviathan in Job 41 gives the impression of a strong yet graceful, unstoppable creature against which weapons are unavailing. Nothing on earth is its equal. Job 41:33. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. Another giant creature of the Bible describes and that Job was familiar with is the behemoth, said to be a prime example of God's handiwork. Job 40:19, he is chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword approach unto him. The behemoth is a huge plant-eating animal that dwells by the water. Its bones are like tubes of bronze, and its limbs are like rods of iron. Job 40:18. His bones are as strong as pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron, and its tail like a cedar tree. Job 40:17. He moveth his tail like a cedar. Its sinews, the sinews of his stones are wrapped together. Some have tried to identify the behemoth as an elephant or hippopotamus. Others, without Others point out that elephants and hippopotamuses have very thin tails, nothing comparable to a cedar tree. Nearly every ancient civilization has left some sort of depiction of giant reptilian creatures. Petroglyphs and clay figurines found in North America resemble modern depictions of dinosaurs. Rock carvings in South America depict images of creatures resembling Triceratops, Diplodocus, and Tyrannosaurus rex. Roman mosaics, Mayan pottery, Babylonian city walls all testify to man's transcultural geographically unbound memories of these creatures. 13th century explorer Marco Polo wrote seeing huge serpents in the sea in China, which he described at the forepart near the head. They have two short legs, each with 3 claws, as well as eyes larger than a loaf. They glared. The jaws are wide enough to swallow a man. The teeth are large and sharp, and their whole appearance is so formidable that neither man nor any kind of animal can approach them without terror. The Travels of Marco Polo, Book 2, Chapter 49. So, are there dinosaurs in the Bible? The matter is far from settled, but it depends on how one interprets the available evidence. If you believe that the first 2 chapters of Genesis are to be taken literally, the result is a belief in relatively young Earth and the conviction that dinosaurs and man coexisted. This is what I believe. If dinosaurs and human beings coexisted, what happened to the dinosaurs? The Bible does not discuss the issue, but dinosaurs likely died out sometime after the flood due to a combination of dramatic environmental shifts and being relentlessly hunted to extinction. This, however, brings us to our next question. You would have to answer as a Christian concerning this issue. Were there dinosaurs on Noah's Ark? This question proposes a young Earth on which dinosaurs and humanity coexisted and a global flood in the time of Noah. Not all Christians hold to both, or either of these viewpoints. So this is not a question that is relevant for all Christians. However, I believe that if the Bible is interpreted literally, it leads to young earth creationism and the belief that the flood in the time of Noah was indeed global. So, with that in mind, yes, I believe that there were dinosaurs on the ark. They would not have been called dinosaurs because the term didn't exist till about 1841. Here are some reasons why I think the dinosaurs were on Noah's Ark. We know that in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. Exodus 20:11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Taking these days to be literal 24-hour periods, the dinosaurs would have been created on the 6th day with the rest of the land and animals. Genesis 1:24. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and the beast of the earth after his kind, and it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after his kind, or after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. man was created on the same day. Genesis 1:26. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male, female, created he them. There is nothing in the Bible that suggests the separation of millions of years between the time of dinosaurs and the existence of mankind. The descriptions of the behemoth and Leviathan in Job 40 through 41 lead credence to the idea that men and dinosaurs walked the earth together, also arguing for the possibility that dinosaurs and man lived side by side, and thus were on Noah's Ark, and ancient descriptions of dinosaur-like animals in cave drawings, various ancient civilizations in Europe, South America, North America, left behind petroglyphs of what looks like dinosaurs. We also see dinosaur-like creatures depicted in architecture on castles in Europe and pyramids in South America. We read accounts of human interactions with dragons, with the stories coming from Europe, China, and the Middle East. It would be strange for all these different civilizations to depict things that no one has ever seen, especially since those depictions closely resemble the fossil remains that we now find. The account of Noah and the ark is found in Genesis 6 through 7. God tells Noah that he is to take representatives of every living creature on board. Genesis 6:19 through 20, and of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing on earth after his kind. Two of every shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. If dinosaurs were on the earth at that time, then Noah took them on the ark. A common objection to the idea that there were dinosaurs on the ark, besides the view that humans and dinosaurs never existed at the same time, is that dinosaurs were too big for the ark. The notion that all dinosaurs were 3 stories tall, of fierce disposition, and bent on eating everything in sight persists in the mind of many. But the fact is that the average size of an adult dinosaur was comparable to that of a horse. But most of the dinosaurs on Noah's Ark would have been even smaller than a horse. To start a new population of animals, Noah would not have begun with old animals past their prime. He would have started with the younger, and therefore smaller, animals of each kind. That huge Apatosaurus skeleton that we see in a museum could have been from an animal several hundred years old. A dinosaur of such size and age would not have been a good candidate for breeding for Noah. Noah would have naturally have taken juvenile apatosauruses aboard the ark, even if the dinosaurs Noah took on the ark were 1 year old. The most would have been smaller than a full-grown pig. That would mean that there was plenty of room for them and their food. on the ark. Since the Bible does not clearly state that what we call dinosaurs were on the ark, I leave open the possibility that they were not, but given a young earth interpretation of the early chapters of Genesis, I have no reason to reject the idea that Noah brought dinosaurs onto the ark. I would personally say, given the available evidence that exists today, that proves, in my opinion, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that dinosaurs and man indeed coexisted. I personally believe in the account of Genesis that God created the heavens and the earth and everything that exists and has ever existed on earth. I believe that the Bible has been proven to be historically accurate and factual with everything I have presented. It is my personal belief that the earth is only around 6,000 years old. Dinosaurs existed and they were aboard the ark. Not only did dinosaurs exist, they existed during our early history and in our early civilizations. And the evidence available today proves that fact.
And we thank you for listening to this presentation and allowing us to bring the Word of God into your life today. This is, once again, is Timothy Von Krug, member of Calvary Baptist Church, and Andy Richardson, who also goes to Calvary Baptist Church.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
And we want to also invite you to our YouTube site, Calvary Baptist Church, Salem, Ohio, or the Facebook page or the Twitter site. And we also have our church services on, if you happen to be in the Salem, Ohio area, on Sundays from 9:30 for Sunday school and 10:30 for the morning service. And the evening service is at 6. We are located on Depot Road in Salem, Ohio. And this particular week, from today's date till May 3rd, if you happen to be in Salem, Ohio, we have a revival going on, which is every day. We have dinner starting at 5:30, and then at 6:30, with Brother Danny Long, we have a revival going on between now and May 3rd. And if you happen to be here, we hope to see you there. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day. God bless you all.